Traveling with medications requires careful planning and awareness of TSA guidelines to ensure a smooth journey. Whether you're heading on a business trip, a vacation, or a long-term stay abroad, packing medications properly can be challenging. It's crucial to understand how to pack and comply with TSA regulations to avoid delays or issues during security checks. In this video, we'll walk through everything you need to know about how to pack medications for travel, according to the latest TSA rules for 2025. Before diving into the details, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more travel tips and essential advice. Number 1. Know TSA's liquid rules for medications. TSA has strict regulations when it comes to liquids, gels, and aerosols, and this also applies to medications. Any medication in liquid form that exceeds 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, must be packed in your checked luggage, as it won't be allowed through the security checkpoint in carry-on bags. However, there are exceptions for liquid medications that you may need during your flight. If you're carrying liquid medications, you must inform the TSA officer at the security checkpoint and separate them from the rest of your liquids. Make sure these items are in their original labeled packaging, as this can help streamline the screening process. TSA typically allows larger quantities of liquid medication if it's required for medical reasons, so keep this in mind when preparing for your trip. It's a good idea to bring a doctor's note or prescription, especially if the medication is for an ongoing health issue. The TSA may ask for additional documentation to verify the need for larger quantities of medication. Number 2. Pack prescription medications in their original containers. One of the simplest and most effective ways to ensure that your medications are compliant with TSA rules is to keep them in their original containers. This not only helps you stay organized, but also allows TSA officers to easily verify the medication. The labeling on the container must clearly show your name, the prescribing doctor's name, and the medication details. Packing medications in their original packaging also helps prevent any confusion if the TSA needs to inspect the items. Some medications may look similar, so it's important that each container is marked with the correct labeling to avoid delays during the screening process. If you have any medications that are considered controlled substances, such as narcotics or strong painkillers, it's especially important to keep them in their original prescription bottles. This will show the TSA that they are legally prescribed and help prevent any misunderstandings. Number 3. Consider packing a medication travel kit. A travel kit for medications can make your trip more organized and ensure that everything is easy to find when you need it. You can use a small, clear, and transparent plastic bag to pack all of your medications and ensure they're readily accessible for TSA checks. By packing your medications in one easy-to-access bag, you can prevent unnecessary delays at the security checkpoint. If you are carrying multiple types of medications, such as prescription pills, inhalers, or creams, group them together in the kit. In addition to the medications themselves, it's helpful to include a few essential items like a pill organizer or extra prescription forms in case you lose your medication while traveling. Remember, TSA officers may ask you to remove medications from your bag during the screening process, so organizing them in a clear and accessible way can save you time and hassle. Number 4. Know the TSA's rules for over-the-counter medications. Over-the-counter medications such as pain relievers, antihistamines, or vitamins also need to be properly packed. While these medications don't require a prescription, they still must adhere to TSA rules for carry-ons. Any over-the-counter medication in liquid form must follow the same regulations as prescribed liquids, meaning it cannot exceed 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, in your carry-on bag. In addition, over-the-counter pills and tablets should ideally be kept in their original packaging. Even though it's not a strict requirement for all over-the-counter medications, keeping them in their labeled containers will make the screening process much easier and prevent unnecessary confusion. If you're carrying a large quantity of over-the-counter medication, especially if you're going on a long trip, it's helpful to have a copy of the prescription or a note from your healthcare provider confirming the need for the medication. If you're taking vitamins or supplements, you may want to check the rules for your destination country, as some places have restrictions on what can be brought in. Having a doctor's note or list of the medications you're carrying may be helpful if you're traveling internationally. Number 5. Traveling internationally with medications. When traveling internationally, the rules for carrying medications can vary significantly depending on the country you're visiting. Many countries have strict regulations regarding the importation of prescription medications, especially controlled substances. Therefore, it's important to do your research before your trip to ensure that your medication is allowed in the destination country. You should always carry a copy of your prescription and a doctor's letter outlining the medications you are taking and why. This documentation can be crucial if you're questioned by customs or security in a foreign country. Be aware that some countries have severe penalties for importing medications without proper documentation, even if they are prescribed to you in your home country. For instance, countries like Japan and the United Arab Emirates have strict rules about bringing in certain medications, including common over-the-counter drugs like cold medications. Make sure to check with the embassy or consulate of the country you're visiting to confirm what's allowed and whether you need to take any additional steps before traveling. Number 6. Traveling with syringes and injectables. If you need to carry injectable medications such as insulin or epinephrine, you must be aware of additional rules for syringes and needles. While TSA does allow syringes in your carry-on, there are certain steps you should follow to ensure smooth screening. All injectable medications should be packed in their original packaging, and you should have a copy of your doctor's prescription or note explaining why you need the medication. When you arrive at security, inform the TSA officer about the syringes and needles you're carrying. They may ask you to remove these items from your bag for additional screening, so it's a good idea to have them in an easily accessible compartment. TSA regulations allow you to carry a reasonable amount of syringes for medical purposes, and there's no specific limit on the number of syringes you can bring, but they should be used for personal medical reasons only. It's also recommended to carry a sharps disposal container if you plan to dispose of used needles while traveling. Number 7. Be prepared for extra screening. Even if you follow all the TSA rules and regulations, there's always a possibility that your medications may undergo additional screening. TSA officers have the right to inspect your medications, including opening containers or bags to check the contents. While this is rare, it's a good idea to be mentally prepared for this extra step in the process. If you are traveling with a large amount of medication or a complex medical condition, be prepared to answer questions from TSA officers. Keep a copy of your prescriptions or doctor's notes handy, especially if you're carrying a variety of different medications. If your medications require refrigeration, it's important to plan ahead for how you'll store them during your flight. Some airports offer cool storage for medications, and you can also carry a portable cooler with ice packs to maintain the appropriate temperature for sensitive medications. Number 8. Consider travel insurance for medications. While it may not be something that immediately comes to mind, travel insurance can be an invaluable resource when traveling with medications. Many travel insurance policies offer coverage for lost or delayed baggage, which can include your medications. In the event that your luggage is lost or delayed, having travel insurance may help you get access to necessary medications while you're waiting for your luggage to be returned. Additionally, some travel insurance plans offer coverage for emergency medical expenses that might arise from a medication-related issue during your trip. For example, if your medication is lost or stolen and you need to replace it while abroad, your travel insurance policy may help cover the cost of purchasing a replacement. It's also wise to research whether your health insurance covers you overseas, especially if you take medications that are not easily available in other countries. Having travel insurance with medication coverage provides peace of mind that you won't be left without access to essential health resources while traveling. By following these TSA guidelines and packing your medications carefully, you can ensure a smoother and stress-free travel experience. Whether you're flying for business or leisure, it's important to stay informed and prepared when it comes to your health needs. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more travel advice and tips on navigating airport security. Safe travels and take care of your health wherever your journey takes you.